Fabric type wise, yarn count wise, required GSM. 1. Fabric type, strip S, J, yarn count, 26/1. Stitch length, 2.86. GSM, 160. 2. Fabrics type, S, J, yarn count, 30/1. Stitch length, 2.80. GSM, 150. 3. Fabrics type, double PK, yarn count, 32/1. Stitch length, 2.58. GSM, 165. 4. Fabrics type, 1/1 rib, yarn count, 30/1. Stitch length, 2.60. GSM, 220. 5. Fabrics type, 1/1 rib, yarn count, 20/1. Stitch length, 3.20. GSM, 270. 6. Fabrics type, 1/1 rib, yarn count, 24/1. Stitch length, 2.90. GSM, 220. 7. Fabrics type, 1/1 rib, yarn count, 28/1. Stitch length, 2.67. GSM, 200. 8. Fabrics type, 1/1 rib, yarn count, 32/1. Stitch length, 2.45. GSM, 200. 9. Fabrics type, S, J, yarn count, 28/1. Stitch length, 2.78. GSM, 155. 10. Fabrics type, S, J, yarn count, 40/1. Stitch length, 2.45. GSM, 110. 11. Fabrics type, S, J, yarn count, 28/1. Stitch length, 2.75. GSM, 160. 12. Full feeder lycra S, J, yarn count, 34/1. Stitch length, 2.90. GSM, 180. 13. Full feeder lycra S, J, yarn count, 30/1. Stitch length, 2.95. GSM, 200. 14. Full feeder lycra S, J, yarn count, 28/1. Stitch length, 2.80. GSM, 160. 15. Full feeder lycra S, J, yarn count, 26/1. Stitch length, 2.90. GSM, 160. 16. Fabric type, 1/1 rib, yarn count, 40/1 CVC. Stitch length, 2.80. GSM, 250. 17. Fabric type, 2/2 rib, yarn count, 30/1. Stitch length, 2.78. GSM, 220. Thanks for watching. Please like, comments, share, subscribe and follow my channel for getting regular update.